phone screen or a phone interview is typically the first interaction you'll have with a company after applying for a job through the recruiter. There are a couple of things that you need to do to make sure that you stand out and you progress to the next steps of the interview process. Welcome to my channel. If this is your first time here, my name is Nicole Nyasha and I share career-related content. In this video, I'm sharing 5 ways that you can stand out and impress the recruiter to ensure that you're progressed to the next stage in the interview process. From the recruiter's side, once they've identified you as a potential suitable candidate, they're going to do one of 2 things. The first thing is they're going to schedule a convenient time to speak with you via email. Sometimes the second thing they can do is just pick up the phone and call you right away. If they choose the second option and call you right away, you want to make sure that you have a professional voicemail set up. One of the most frustrating or annoying things that I've experienced as a recruiter is calling someone and they don't have a voicemail set up. That way I'm not able to let them know that I've tried to reach them. I'm not able to let them know how they can get back to me or a convenient time to speak to me. So the moment you've decided that you're applying for jobs, please make sure that you've set a professional voicemail on your phone. And something to take note of is even if the recruiter calls you and it's not a convenient time for you to speak, don't feel pressured to speak to them at that time. Feel confident to let them know, thank you for reaching out to me, thank you for calling me. This is actually not a good time. I am working or I am doing whatsoever. Can we schedule a time for tomorrow at 3 or 2? Right on that call, just schedule another time to speak with them. The advantage of doing this is it's going to give you some room to at least do some sort of preparation versus just taking the call spontaneously on the spot. Now, once you've scheduled the call, you should actually prepare for it. In preparing for the call, there are a couple of things you should do. The first thing is study the job description. So you really want to be thorough what that role entails. If you need to, maybe go on LinkedIn, do some reaching out to people that are already in that role and conduct informational interviews to get more information that will help you in the interview. And a lot of people don't know this, but this will actually help you because sometimes whoever it is that you reach out to might actually let the hiring manager know or might let the HR know. And we like to see this because it shows that you're excited and you're actually really invested in the role. After studying the job description and understanding the role, you should also research the company. You can do this on the website, through social media. You can look up articles about them online. And the last thing you should research is the interviewer themselves. If you're scheduling the call, you obviously know who you're going to be speaking with. So go on LinkedIn, look them up, go through their profile, look at their posts, their articles, and just get a sense of their personality. And this will help you relate better with them on the call and score some points in their books. One of the worst things you can do in an interview is be asked if you have any questions and then say no, you don't have questions. And so you also want to make sure that you have 2 or 3 questions at the back of your head that you will ask at the end of the call. If you're not sure what questions to ask, I have a video on 10 best questions to ask at the end of the interview. You can just watch that video and pick 2 or 3 questions from there to ask. The beauty of a phone interview can sometimes be that they can't see you, and so use that to your advantage. Write down notes on sticky notes or even in a notebook of things that you want to make sure that you speak about and you don't want to forget. These might be highlights in your career, maybe questions you want to ask. Just jot them down because sometimes the human brain can be unreliable and it happens to a lot of people. It's even happened to me. Before the call, you're so confident that this and this is what you want to talk about, and then you only remember those things after the call. So if you're having a phone interview, jot those things down, put them in front of you, and once you're on the call, look at that list and remember to say them. After preparing for the interview, you need to think about where you actually want to take this call. There are certain places that are not conducive or appropriate for you to have a call, especially if you've scheduled it. For example, in your car, or maybe in front of your kids that are playing, that are making noise, or maybe taking a walk outside. Those are all places that you don't want to take a phone interview, especially if it's scheduled. As a recruiter, if I schedule a time to speak with you and we both agree on a time and then I call you at that time, but you're driving, that just shows me that you don't have respect for my time. And regardless of how good of a candidate you are, I'm not going to progress you forward because, you know, you don't respect my time. So be mindful of these small but seemingly irrelevant things that people sometimes overlook. Depending on your living situation, you might want to lock yourself up in your room so that no one disturbs you, or you might want to tell the people that you live with that this is your situation and get their commitment that once they hear that phone ringing, everybody is going to keep quiet and give you the next 10, 15, at the most 30 minutes, because usually a phone screen is between 15 to 30 minutes, sometimes 10. It just really depends. The disadvantage of a phone interview is they can't see you. So the only thing you have to support you is your voice, your energy, and the quality of your answers. So you want to give this your all. Your body language is very important. I recommend standing or sitting up straight. You don't want to be laying on your bed or sitting on your very comfortable couch, because psychologically your body is just in a relaxed and easygoing state. So you want to be maybe in the place in your home where you actually work, or you want to stand. That way it projects your voice better, and you know, you just sound more energetic and more lively. If you have a quieter voice, I would really recommend for a phone interview that you put in more effort to sound lively and to sound energetic, because sometimes people don't realize how lethargic and just how tired they sound over the phone. So as much as that might be your personality, that might be the way you are, the recruiter or the other person on the line can't see that. So they might just think you're not interested because we scheduled a time to speak and I'm speaking to the person and, you know, they're not even showing any interest. So you really need to up the energy and you really need to up your voice to make sure that, you know, you're projecting yourself well and the other person can really tell that you're excited and that they can enjoy speaking with you as well. And something to remember as well is most of the times recruiters are actually taking notes. So you need to pace yourself and not speak too fast. That way they're able to jot down all the main or important things that you're saying. You don't want them missing out on the important information because you're speaking too fast. So pace yourself well, and just so you know, if they're quiet, it doesn't mean that they're not listening or, you know, they're bored. They're probably like trying to juggle listening to you as well as taking down their notes. So, you know, just cut them some slack on that. And my final tip is to pay attention on the call. Don't look outside the window and pay attention to your cat, or, you know, pour yourself a glass of water, browse other websites, because that might cause you to miss out on some nuggets that the recruiter might drop that might help you in the actual video interview with the hiring manager. So make sure that you're focused and paying attention. Something that I find helps is having a notebook next to you to just jot down whatever it is they're saying. From the moment they call you, they might start telling you certain things that only somebody in the company might know. So if you don't pay attention, you're putting yourself at a disadvantage basically, because you're missing out on this information that only somebody on the inside can let you know. Also pay attention to small things like addressing the recruiter by their name throughout the call. Everybody likes to feel important, and just those small gestures make a really big difference in making people remember you, and when they're making a decision to say, okay, do I really want to progress this person to the next level? Not that that's the most important thing, but, you know, to some extent, human beings will be human beings. We're not machines. Sometimes we can be biased. So these are the small little things that might work out in your favor. If you have any other phone interview tips that have helped you in the past, drop them in the comments section. God bless you for watching, and I will see you in the next video.